Just got married and shopping for health insurance? Before you buy Care Supreme as a couple floater, here are 4 things that work in your favor and 3 critical catches that you absolutely need to know about. Hello folks, you're tuned into Ditto Insurance. I'm Shashank, and if you need expert advice regarding health or term insurance at no cost to you, just head to the link in the description. 10 lakh plus people chose us and they're not disappointed because we don't spam and assist you right from application till claims. Link to book your free call is in the description. So, if you're in your late 20s or early 30s, living in a metro like Bangalore or Delhi and earning a combined household income of anywhere, say around 12 to 20 lakh rupees, and are planning to start a family in the next 2 to 3 years, then folks, this one's for you. Now, before we even get into Care Supreme specifically, let me give you a couple of base rules that you should keep in mind as a newly married couple. First, coverage amount. If you're in a tier 1 city like Bangalore, Mumbai or Delhi, here's a thumb rule. You need at least 15 to 20 lakh rupees for an individual policy and 20 to 25 lakh rupees minimum for a couple floater. Because a single hospitalization in a private hospital in these cities can easily cost you 5 to 10 lakh rupees or more depending on the surgery. Second, floater versus individual. A lot of couples ask us, should we take one floater policy or 2 separate individual policies? Now, what you might not know is that for young, healthy couples with not much of an age gap, a floater makes much more financial sense right now. But as you get older or if one of you develops health issues, individual policies become more valuable. So think of floaters as a starting point and you can always diverge and add individual super top-ups later or even split your policies if needed. Alright, moving on. You're likely comparing floater plans, wondering if one policy can cover both of you efficiently and most importantly, whether maternity coverage will actually be there when you need it. More on that later in the video. Okay, let's break down and explore Care Supreme from a newly married couple's perspective. So, as a couple sharing one floater policy, your biggest fear is probably this. What if one of us exhausts the sum insured mid-year, like a huge hospitalization? Then what happens then? This is where Care Supreme really shines. It offers something called unlimited automatic restoration, which basically means if one of you has a medical emergency and end up using 10 or 15 lakh rupees cover, it gets recharged for the next hospitalization event in the same year. And here's the kicker. It recharges unlimited times the same year, whether it's for the same illness or a completely different one. Moving on, unlike many budget plans out there, Care Supreme has 0 room rent restrictions, no disease-wise sublimits, and no copay. So, your next big fear of paying out of pocket is taken care of. For a couple in tier 1 cities where healthcare is ridiculously expensive, these features alone can save you lakhs during a claim. Alright, next there is something really smart about Care Supreme and it offers what's called a cumulative bonus. Basically, every year your coverage increases by 50% up to 100% of your base sum insured. That's the default benefit. Here's where it gets interesting for couples. You can opt for an add-on called Cumulative Bonus Super, which increases your bonus up to 500% of your base sum insured over time. So if you buy a 10 lakh policy today, your coverage can grow to 70 lakh rupees. Now that's 10 lakh base plus 60 lakh in bonus. This is perfect for newly married couples because, like, as you grow older, as you add kids to your family, your coverage grows too, without you having to buy a completely new policy or upgrading. Care also now offers Cumulative Bonus Booster add-on, which goes a step forward and adds the bonus accumulation unlimited. That is 100% per annum up to unlimited accumulation. That is no roof. Now, most budget plans out there offer 30 to 60 days of pre and post hospitalization coverage. Care Supreme gives you 60 days pre and 180 days post hospitalization. This means follow-up consultations, medicines, diagnostic tests, all of that is covered for full 6 months after you get discharged. Now, for couples managing dual careers, this extended window is incredibly practical because you're not rushing to finish all your follow-ups within 30 or 60 days. Okay, now moving on to add-ons. For newly married couples specifically, here are some riders that are worth noticing. Claim Shield Plus. Now, this one's usually mandatory anyway for most profiles, but it's genuinely useful and let me tell you why. It covers all consumables like gloves, PPE kits, syringes, IV sets, basically all those items that hospitals charge you separately for. That almost makes 15 to 20% of your total hospital bill. So this add-on ensures your out-of-pocket expenses is way lower. It's one of those things where you don't realize the value until you're sitting with a hospital bill. Now, another one is wellness benefit. Now, if you're even slightly fitness conscious as a couple, this is gold because now if you walk 10,000 steps daily, you can earn up to 30% renewal discounts on your premium. Now, in a floater policy, the discount is average. So like if one of you is super active and the other is not as much, you still benefit. Plus, you get access to digital fitness coaching coaching and nutritionist support through their app. It's a nice perk to have, and honestly, it pays for itself if you're even moderately active. Now, next one is Instant Cover Plus. If either of you has hypertension, diabetes, asthma, high cholesterol, or even obesity, which, let's be honest, a lot of people in their 30s already have, this add-on is actually a game changer. Normally, pre-existing diseases have a 3-year waiting period, but with Instant Cover Plus, that waiting period gets reduced to just 30 days. So instead of waiting 3 years for your BP or diabetes to be covered, you are covered in just a month. Now that's huge. Now, a little expert tip from Ditto here. If either of you has even a mild lifestyle condition, don't skip this rider. It's worth the extra cost. If you're not sure which riders you actually need versus which are just upsells, book a free call with Ditto's advisors. They'll help you customize your policy without pushing unnecessary add-ons. And our services are completely free. Link is in the description. Okay, now let's talk numbers for a second here. For a 30-year-old couple in Delhi, here are the numbers. Now, these premiums already include a couple of mandatory riders. They're exclusive of GST, but inclusive of a 5% digital discount if you buy online. So, if you break it down monthly, that's roughly 1,500 to 1,800 per month for a 10 to 15 lakh coverage for 2 people. Now, for the features that you're getting, that's actually quite economical. Now, alright, let me be super upfront about the catches here, because every policy has them and Care Supreme is no exception. Number one is Care Supreme does not offer maternity coverage. Not as a base benefit, not even as an add-on, it's just not there. So if you're planning to have kids in the next 2 to 4 years, then considering a different base plan altogether might help, something like HDFC Ergo Optima Secure, Niva Aspire, or Aditya Birla Active Fit Preferred. But if you do not want that, here's an expert tip. You can be in this plan, and for maternity-related expenses, you actually can use corporate cover because they take care of maternity costs. Now, catch number 2. Some add-ons are mandatory. You don't always have the flexibility to opt out and reduce your premium. Now, the good news is these are genuinely useful add-ons and not junk riders and not that expensive. The premiums I quoted earlier already include these mandatory add-ons, so just keep that in mind. Catch number 3 is claim settlement ratio is a little average. Care Health Insurance has a claim settlement ratio of 93% and an ICR of 59%. They also have about 42 complaints per 10,000 claims settled. Now, this is well within the industry standard, but it's also not top tier compared to other players like HDFC or Aditya Birla. Now, what this means is Care is a decent performer when it comes to claims experience. They're not absolutely the best, but they're not terrible either. It's something to be aware of, especially if claims experience is a top priority for you, and it should be. So here's the bottom line. Care Supreme could work for you if you want affordable, feature-rich coverage without sacrificing essentials like no room rent caps, or if you value unlimited restoration for peace of mind with shared floater coverage, or maybe if you're planning a family and want a policy that grows with you through the cumulative bonus super, or if either of you has a mild PED and you want faster coverage through Instant Cover Plus. But folks, here's the thing. Care Supreme is a solid economical choice for newly married couples. If you're not planning immediate pregnancy and you value unlimited restoration plus comprehensive coverage, if maternity is a priority, or if you want top-tier claims experience, you might want to compare this with 2 to 3 other plans. And that's exactly where Ditto can help. Instead of spending hours comparing policies yourselves, book a free consultations with Ditto's advisors. You will be never forced to buy from us. We'll only help you to come to a conclusion based on your health profile, budget, and family status without pushing any specific policy. Completely unbiased advice, the link is in the description. Folks, now this is not a blanket recommendation to buy Care Supreme. Every individual's health needs, budget, and family situations are different. What works for one couple may not work for another. This video is meant to give you an honest, detailed breakdown of features and catches so you can make an informed decision. Always read the policy document, compare multiple plans, and consult with a licensed advisor before purchasing. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, happy insurance hunting.